Hey, and welcome to day 2 of Start Strong 2020. What am I doing? Just quickly, I am bringing you business content every single morning, nice and early, to put business on your radar so you can create loads of momentum and have the biggest year you possibly can. Today, I want to talk to you about conversion rate. Now, the cool thing about the conversion rate in your business is that it's one of the 5 primary drivers. And in fact, it probably is one of the top 1 or 2 of the 5 primary drivers, and the cool thing is it costs hardly any money to improve. So you get the biggest amount of upside for the least amount of investments. That's cool. By the way, I'm going to be talking about the other primary drivers at this year's Kingdom Business Summit. Have you got your ticket to Kingdom Business Summit 2020? If you have, I'm going to see you there, and me and a whole bunch of people are going to invest in you for 2 whole days. Practical business training, worship, ministry, networking. It's going to be huge. If you haven't, go to kingdombusiness.com.au to find out all about it. All right, so how do you improve your conversion rate? The first thing you need to get really good at is asking your prospect lots and lots of questions. All right, questions are the answers. In fact, I would say to you that if you're telling, you're not selling when it comes to sales. You need to master the art of asking lots and lots and lots and lots of questions of your prospect throughout your entire sales process, from the very start to the very end. Everything that comes out of your mouth needs to start with who, what, when, where, why, and how. Okay? They're the first words that come out of your mouth. And the reason we do this is because if you ask your prospect questions and they're answering them, then you can't be wrong. Okay, if you're telling them why you're amazing and why it's going to be good for them, your product or service, you can be wrong. You can miss the mark on that, get to the end of your presentation, and you haven't quite hit everything they need. If you're asking questions, you're garnering the information you need to match the best product that you've got with the problem they have, and then you win. That's going to make your conversion rate probably 50% higher just by doing that, if you just get really good at asking strategic questions, drawing out their pain, drawing out their needs, and addressing it with the best solution that you've got. The second thing we need to do is actually script our sales processes. Script it. Most salespeople are ad hoc. They'll have an ad hoc process which leads to an ad hoc result. So you are much better off if you actually take the time to think through and then run it by a few of your prospects to see that it works, but take them on a journey. This is the first kind of questions I ask. This is the second kind of questions, and based off that, this is my third kind of questions, and I'm going to talk about these points about our company and these points about their needs and these, and actually have a structured process that you take people through. Interestingly, with a prospect will feel more trust and comfort with you when they can see you have a process. When you're just winging it ad hoc and thinking of random things, you will suffer. And the third thing we need to do is follow up like mad. Far too many salespeople have got 50 opportunities, prospects on the horizon, lines in the water, and yet they're not diligently following those up. Listen, if you've gone through the process of quoting someone, tendering for a project, like doing a sales presentation, you have earned the right to follow up diligently. So when you send a quote or a tender and you send it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you don't wait 3 days to call them. You call them 3 minutes later and you say, Mary, I just sent you the proposal. Can I grab 5 minutes with you to run you through it? You need to be on the front foot with these and creating a lot more intensity and momentum with them, and your conversion rate will increase. If they say, I haven't read it yet, say, no worries, I'll call you tomorrow. Call them tomorrow. I haven't read it yet. Perfect, I'll call you tomorrow. And you need to be far more on the front foot and ringing people. They'll soon let you know it's too much. If you don't do this and you do what 95% of salespeople do, you just give far too much time. You give them, they need 3 days or a week or 2 weeks to think about it. They've forgotten you in 60 seconds, okay? Because you're not that important to them yet. So the best thing you can do is be on the front foot, calling them. Random call. Listen, I know you haven't said yes to my quote yet, but I was just thinking about this other thing I could do for you while I was there. By the way, do you want to book that in? You can be charismatic. You can have fun. They will soon tell you you've pushed too far, and until that point, you just keep ringing them and follow up. And you'll find that in that diligence, more people will say yes more often. It's not about getting everybody to say yes, it's about improving your conversion rate. Listen, I'll put it to you this way. If your conversion rate is currently 12%, and you take that to 18%, your business did not grow 6%, your business grew 50%, okay? All things being equal, you've got 50% more customers, 50% more revenue, and probably 70% more profit. So go out, do some work, write your scripts, get your questions, be more diligent in your follow-up, and you will see that improve. Scripture of the day. Why? For no other reason except it's good to talk about. Proverbs 13:4 says this, The soul of a lazy man desires, but has nothing. Think about that. That even a lazy man has desires, but has nothing. But the soul of the diligent shall be made rich. Rich. Now, take that as money, take that as life, take that as rich in the Lord, all of it. Okay? A lazy man has desires, but doesn't get anything. A diligent person will be made rich. You should go and meditate on that between now and when I see you for the next episode tomorrow morning. See ya.